LA will humble you. And it humbles a lot of people. Be okay. Be okay with finding your confidence outside of what you look like. And so I think people come out here and think like, I'm a 10 in wherever I'm from. And they come here and they're not the baddest in the room anymore. And they're disappointed. And it's like, girl, you have so much more to offer.
You said, I don't think black men here like black girls.
Yeah. If you are a black man in LA and your preference is black woman, you have the pick of the litter. You are like golden out here because realistically, a lot of black men out here, online dating was like how you find men who like black women and vice versa.
So how do you feel about the people who come out here, and do you feel like a lot of them make it in a sense, or is it just lost and false dreams and hopes?
I think that people have to define what making it is for them. And what does success look like for you? Do you want to just be able to make money from your art? Or do you want to be, world renowned and world known for what you do? I have gotten like chased by a homeless person before that. He walks past me and he like swings. And I'm like, I was so, but he missed.
Yeah.
And I'm looking down at my phone, so I'm like, it happened so quick. I didn't even process what I'm like, he was trying to hit me?
Yeah. So Nyla, tell us where you from, who you are, what you do in LA, and the brand you built on TikTok.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Atlanta, and then I went to school in DC. I'm a Howard alumna. Love my HBCU. And I moved to LA in 2019 after I graduated from college. When I first got out here, I was in consulting. I do have a 9-to-5. I don't like to tell people what my 9-to-5 is because people on the internet are crazy. But I do have a 9-to-5. Content creation is not my only job. But I do make money from it. I really enjoy it. I love doing it. My favorite part about it is that my brand really spotlights black everything. So like black brands, black owned businesses, you know what I'm saying? Events where we can feel comfortable and feel ourselves in LA. And it all started because I moved out here in 2019. So like I moved here in July of 2019. So I was definitely ripping and running. That first 6 months when I was out here, and I was going outside, and I was going to parties, and I was going to all this stuff.
You was outside.
I was outside, and then COVID. And so I was like, dang, like I've been in LA almost 2 years, and I don't know what to go do because COVID, we were in the house.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't have my spots. I don't have the places, like my favorite places to go, my favorite places to eat, stuff like that. So that's why I started TikTok. I was like, I'm just going to explore LA and go to the stuff I want to go to and go do the things I want to see.
Facts. Well, you built a huge brand on TikTok where I feel like you're kind of like the go-to page of, let me see what, like, let me find, especially being new here, right? Being new here is like, damn, let me just go on your page, see like date nights, food spots. But before we get into all that good stuff, let's talk about like actually being black in LA. How has your experience been like in the city?
Okay, so I grew up in two very black cities. Like I said, I'm from Atlanta, which is very black.
Yeah,
and then I went to school in DC, which is also very black, like two very black cities. And I think LA is black, but you have to find it. You have to know where to go. And so it looks a little bit different here than it looks on the East Coast, but it's still here, you know? So my experience has been very great. I will say, like, being a black woman in LA is a little bit different. Like, I feel like black men may have it a little bit easier just because I was used to even just dating. Like, you know what? We're young, so we're dating. We're having a good time. And, so coming out here, it was, like, different. Like, whoa, like, oh, they don't like black girls like that. So that was another thing that made me really start my page is to go to parties and go to events and restaurants where black men are checking for black women. And so, and I had I've had two boyfriends since I've been here. So my ex, he's from LA, and then my current boyfriend is from LA. Yeah. And that's been beautiful because they've been able to show me the city from a native's point of view, like somebody who's from here.
They're from here. That's dope.
That point of view. Yeah. So that's been my experience. Like I've been able to find those black spaces because I hung out with people who are from LA. Yeah. Then I have a line sister. She's from here. She's from Ladera Heights. And Asha, my girl, she's probably gonna watch this, but she showed me everything. Like, she told me where to go. I lived with her when I first moved out here. So my experience has been cool. It's been a good time. I want to stay here. I think that the black kids who grow up in LA, they're so close. They're so close-knit. Like, it's a cool experience, and I want to stay. Sure. But, so she showed me, like, everything. Like I said, they're from Ladera. So, like, she's been friends with her friends since they were in, like, kindergarten.
Yeah.
They all grew up together. They all did the same, like, Jack and Jill, the same, like, debutante stuff. So I saw that side of LA where I feel like a lot of transplants don't get to see that because they're not that close with people who are from here.
So why you feel like the black men here, well, when you first came here, you said, I don't think black men here like black girls.
Yeah.
Why you
not
feel like that is?
all. Of course,
Yeah,
it's not a all-encompassing thing. But I will say, moving to California, this is where I've seen the most interracial couples on both ends. Like, I've seen black women date other people. I've seen black men date other people. And so that was new for me because, like I said, like in Atlanta, you know, the Deep South, like, racism is a real thing. Like, I'm not saying it's not a real thing here, but it's way more in your face
100%
when you're in the South. And then in DC, it's filled with like a lot of young black professionals, and it's a very black city. You have so many HBCUs in DC, or in the DC area at least. You have Howard, you have Bowie, you have Towson's not HBCU, but you have these schools where black kids are meeting and dating and hanging out with each other, and it's a good time.
Facts.
So moving here was different because like there's no HBCUs here.
Yeah.
There's no, you know what I mean? That vibe isn't here. So it's like going into these communities, you got to find where you fit.
Yeah. And so let's talk about finding where you fit.
Yeah.
For a black person who probably just moved here like myself, or somebody else who's probably not as extroverted, how do they find
those spaces?
Besides your page.
Yeah. It's definitely specific events. Like there are events that are for us. So like Hot Water Cornbread happens every month. Black Market Flea happens every month. Black on the Block happens every month.
Okay.
You know, those are some events where you can go and fit in and feel like you're a part of it. There's also certain DJs that throw certain parties. Like LA is way more of the DJ runs the scene rather than like the club runs the scene.
That's deep.
So, you know, if you follow DJs like DJ Artistic, DJ Miles P, DJ Honeybee, you know what I'm saying, DJ Rose God, like these are people who throw parties that are like for us, by us.
Okay.
And then as far as just like the areas of town, I definitely say Inglewood, Lamert Park, Ladera Heights, View Park, Baldwin Hills areas, like all over there by like the Crenshaw Mall, all over there. Like those are the areas where we're the most prominent, and where you go, you'll look around and you'll be like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be.
This is my community.
Yeah, this is my community. And so especially like even seeing Inglewood get built up in the small time I've been here.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, this is different. Like they're gentrifying Inglewood now.
Yeah.
And so it's all about finding those spaces and making sure that we have those spaces. And like I said, Ladera Park, even West Adams, like over there, like there are spaces where we're prominent and where we are.
Yeah.
And you got to go to them and have a good time.
Facts. So let's dive into the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, what is it?
Let's say I got a date.
Okay.
And I want to show her a good time.
Okay.
Give me the best spots.
Oh, I got you. So it depends on the type of girl or guy or person, whoever you're going out with. Well, not you specifically, but anybody watching.
I got you.
Whatever person you're going out with. So if you are dating someone who is a huge movie fan, you know what I'm saying? Rooftop cinema is my favorite thing to do. I love it. They have it in El Segundo, and then there's 2 locations downtown. There's the Arts District, and then there's like the South Park area. And basically they show like older movies like almost every night. And you sit on a rooftop and you watch them. You have the headphones. Like a very cute, cozy vibe. Yeah, it's like a very cute, cozy vibe.
Yeah.
If you have somebody who loves a good brunch, like I'm a turn-up date. Like I want to go out. I want to have a good time.
Facts.
So a good brunch is A Beautiful Life, Jamaican Kitchen. That's downtown. Another good brunch is Post and Beam. That's a little less turnt, but the food is good. You get bottomless mimosas and they have good music.
Okay.
Court Cafe, the Court Cafe, that's over there in like the Ladera area. They have a good time. It's good music. They have a mimosa tree. They don't necessarily have like a bottomless, but you can get a mimosa tree. So those are like the turnt dates. I would say if you're looking for something a little higher end, you're trying to spend a little check on somebody, okay?
Facts.
Steak 48. I just went again. One of my favorite restaurants in LA. It's so good. It's such a good experience. It's like really fine dining.
Yeah.
That is a check though. So be ready to spend.
Facts.
Where else would I suggest people? Echo Park, the swan boats are fun.
Okay.
And that's a little
I heard
bit,
about. I seen those. Yeah, I seen.
And that's not super expensive. I think that's like $12 per person.
Yeah.
So on my page, I try to show people dates where like we can afford to go. Like anybody can go. Anybody can go do different range of dates. One of my favorite places to go to is Delanona, and that's like downtown.
Okay.
It's a pizza place with natural wine, and the pizza is so good.
Okay.
And then they have a bar right next door, and it's kind of like 70s theme, like disco ball.
Yeah.
Really cute. So yeah, that's a couple of places you can go.
All right, so on a Saturday night, what is there to do in LA for our people? Like, what would you recommend?
And that's
areas.
That's what I'm saying.
Like areas. Yeah.
Okay. I say again, follow the DJs.
Follow the DJs, okay.
Follow the DJs. So you're looking at, again, like I said, Honeybee, Rose God, Miles P, DJ Briggs, DJ Artistic. Like, these are people who have parties almost every weekend. It's always something going on.
Yeah.
One of my tried and true faves for Saturday is Continental Club.
Okay.
That's downtown, and that's always a good time. I have a bomb ball every time I go to Continental Club. Saturday is a hard night. I would say Friday, DJ Briggs always does Ace Hotel, the Deep End.
I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there. Been there a couple times actually.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite
dope
weekly standing parties. You know it's gonna be a good time. You know you're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I have people in town. I don't really know what else to do that weekend. That's that party to go to. LA is a big day party place too, so you have the everyday people that comes through. You have familiar faces. You have inside voices. So it's a few parties, like daytime parties that happen on Saturday too, that are a good time.
Okay.
You just gotta follow the pages and see like when they're having them.
Okay. So that's dope. And it's crazy you mentioned Ace Hotel because I've been there a couple of times. I'm like, this shit is lit.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Every time we went, yeah. So what's next for you? Like in LA, do you see yourself staying here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I want to stay here. I actually want to start hosting events.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and I forgot another party. Sundays, Mimosa Club. Whenever that comes up, that's a good time too.
Okay.
But I want to stay here. I want to start doing events. I want to do events centering Black women in friendship though. So I don't really want to do parties. I would throw a couple parties, I guess. But my focus now, as I'm getting like older, is like building community and making sure that we feel like we have a community.
Yeah.
And I honestly think Black men here need it too. Like people move out here. You move by yourself, you're chasing whatever dream you're chasing, or you just want to live on the West Coast. And it's hard to build community as an adult.
This is facts. It's not like college.
Yeah, it's not college. And a lot of people don't realize that, it's hard coming somewhere new. You haven't been in the same space with people. You don't know people, and you're having to start from scratch.
Facts.
I'll say, that was one experience. I don't want to say I was lucky I didn't have, but I came here with friends. A lot of people from Howard moved here straight after college. So I had a friend group pretty much as soon as I got here. Right. And so I feel like, people who didn't go to Howard or didn't go to like USC or, aren't in these communities that are kind of already built. Yeah. It's hard to make friends. Like, how do you make friends out here?
I know a couple people out here. So that's the good thing. Besides that though, it is a challenge but that's why I feel like you come out here though. Yeah. It's to get out of your comfort zone, you feel me, and meet new people. But it's no easy task, I'll tell you that much.
It's not. And that's why, and I didn't even think about that till we just started talking about, I think events for men would be cool too, just to come and meet new friends. It's hard.
Talk about your event. Like, what are you thinking? Like, what is it going to be?
Just, like I said, friendship-centered event. So whether that's floral designs, whether that's yoga, whether that's walks on the beach, getting people together to create community. Build community and feel like they have a community here, because it is hard. Like, I'm sure we're 3 hours. If you're from the East Coast, I'm from the East Coast. We're 3 hours ahead. Facts. So you're already kind of on a different time zone than everybody you know. Yeah, everybody you know. Then we're 5 hours almost from everywhere. For the most part, Texas you can go to in about 3. But other than that, it's far. And it's hard to be out here by yourself. And it's hard to be out here alone, especially if you don't have family out here.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. And also it comes down to what do you come out here for, right? Exactly. And that's why I think your page was so dope for me, at least. Me coming out here, going on your page is although I didn't go to all those things, that it's these are saved. Yeah, and I could check them out. Yeah, I could pull up anytime. So that is fire. That is fire as fuck. Have you noticed meeting people out here and at these events? Is it mostly natives or people who come out here? It's
a mixture. I say it depends on what events you go to too, because some events are very LA coded, people are from LA, so they're going here, and the other events are more these are a lot of transplants. Yeah. So it depends. It depends on the party. It depends on the club. Yeah. It depends on I know DJ Artistic and DJ Miles P. They're both from out here, but they both went to HBCU. So it's kind of a mixture for their parties, because they have the transplants they know that moved out here from their school, but they also have their friends who were born and raised here. Yeah. So it's that. And then some of the festivals and stuff Hot Water Cornbread is a mixture. I say Black Market Fleet, honestly, I usually see more transplants there. You can kind of always tell too. You can look at people and be are you from here or are you a transplant?
How can you tell?
It's a style specifically, I think LA, and I think people don't realize that, but people from LA have a very distinct style.
Okay.
It's very laid back. Like, men are in the Dickies, they're in Chucks, you know what I mean? Gold jewelry. Women are wearing like big gold earrings, a lot of gold jewelry.
Yeah.
Usually like braids. Girls from LA love braids. Like, so it's just like little things like that you can tell, like, okay, they're from LA, they're not. And of course, everybody dresses how they want to dress. I'm not saying anything like that. But I do, and the way they talk too, like the way they, in their demeanor. I say people from LA are very, very, very laid back. You can always tell if somebody's in the party, they're from LA because they're chilling until an LA song comes. And they're dancing, they go crazy. So it's like, you can tell them. Then transplants are a little, I feel like sometimes it could be a little bit more in your face. Like, you know, oh, I'm from so-and-so, and I'm trying to do this and this, and I'm out here to be an actress, singer, dancer, writer, rapper, model. So I think that's the difference. It's like the demeanor of where you are, how they're acting at parties, what they're wearing, stuff like that.
Yeah, so do you feel like, do you get that a lot? Like, it's a lot of networking and people trying to showcase who they know and what they know. How do you feel about that?
I think that people got to get it how they live.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, I think I was able to have such a beautiful experience in LA because I was not trying to be in the industry. Like, I was never like, I want to be an actress, I want to be a singer. So I could go to those industry events because I have so many. That's the thing. Like, everybody out here works in entertainment.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends who work in entertainment. They're a little bit more behind the scenes, like PR, and you know what I'm saying, like that type of stuff, like production, things like that. So I can go to the events and I have a good time because I don't feel the pressure of I need to network in this room. Yeah. Because like
I gotta make it.
Yeah, like that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm here to have a good time. I might record. I might be like, dang, I'm having fun. But that's as far as it goes for me. But for the people who do have to network, like, I get it. Like, you came out here with the goal, and you got to do it. So go crazy. You gotta get how you
live. Do you feel like your page has presented opportunities for you that you probably didn't expect?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I definitely think like some of the events I have gone to and stuff, I'd be like, dang, like I would not have been here without my TikTok. And that's nice. Like, it's a good feeling for people to be like, we appreciate your work. We appreciate you showing the side of LA. Yeah. Come out to this. Like, I've got to try so many great restaurants. Like, it's a good time. So I definitely think that it's afforded me to be able to go into certain spaces and be like, wow, like I wouldn't have been here without that. Okay. And I think, again, too, for me, because I'm just showcasing events, people are more comfortable inviting me because they know I'm not going to be trying to chop up Jay-Z about my, you know what I mean? Like, about my business idea. Like, that's not what I'm here for.
I feel that.
So I think it takes that pressure off too, where people are like, okay, she's not trying to be an actress, singer, writer, model. And again, no shade to people who are like, you're out here for your job, your dream, do that. But because I'm not, it's a lot easier for me to go to those events and be like, she's gonna be chilling because
and she's gonna promote my event.
Yeah, I'm gonna promote the event. Like that's what I'm here for. I'm getting paid to show your event off. I'm not getting paid to talk to a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So how do you feel about the people who come out here, and do you feel like a lot of them make it in a sense, or is it just lost and false dreams and hopes?
I think that people have to define what making it is for them. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you want to be a successful rapper. Yeah. What does a successful rapper mean to you? Is that Grammy Award winning, or is that your music, you're getting paid for your music being in the background of Netflix movies? Like, what does success look like for you? And I think people sometimes only see their dream in one way. Yeah. And it's like, making money off your art is already hard enough. Facts. You know what I mean? Like, and of course, everybody has the dream of, I want to be a movie star or a Grammy artist or whatever. But it's like, again, what does success look like for you? Do you want to just be able to make money from your art? Or do you want to be, world renowned and world known for what you do? I do think, I always say this to people too, and I'm like, dang, like, whenever I see older people in LA, late 60s, 70s, I'm like, did they come out here and they were trying to be an actress and they just stayed? Or have they just always been, have they been in LA their whole life? Like, what's the story?
What's the story behind it?
Yeah, and I think making it is hard. And I also think people, are you ready to make it? Because we see a lot of celebrities kind of lose it. Don't want the fame, are you ready to make it? Okay, you're going hard, you're working, you're doing this and the third, but are you ready to live that lifestyle? Facts. Are you ready to have people in your business? Are you ready to have cameras on you all the time? Are you ready for you to gain 10 pounds and people are posting you all up and down Twitter talking about your weight? Are you ready for that?
Everybody in your relationship, everything.
Are you ready for your art to be perceived as well? Like, people saying your album sucks. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Are you ready for people to say, oh, that movie you were in was terrible?
Yeah.
Are you know what I'm saying? Like, are you ready for that? And I think when it comes to making it, that's what people need to really think about.
That's deep. So another thing is, you've been here for a couple of years. This homeless problem.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Does it affect you? Do you care about it? Do you think it should deteriorate anybody from coming out here?
I live downtown, so I definitely have seen it, lived it. Well, not lived it. Let me not say that. But I've seen it. Yeah. I've experienced it. I used to live closer to the fashion district. Now I live closer to Staples Center. But I think it's sad. And it makes me sad because I know how much money is in this city.
Yeah.
Like, even if you watch shows like Selling Sunset.
Facts.
And you see people buying $30 million 5-bedroom homes. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dang, like, down the street is somebody who is literally living on the street. Yeah. So I think it's really, really sad. I don't think it should deter people from coming. I have gotten, like, chased by homeless before.
No.
Yes.
Wait. We got to talk about that story.
Yes.
How'd that happen? What happened?
So, like I said, I lived over by the fashion district. So I used to live on 9th and Broadway. Yeah. I was walking down, what is that, Main Street? I was walking down Main Street, and it was early, but it was daylight. Like, it was like 7 a.m.
It's like early evening.
Yeah, like early 7 a.m. And so I was going to get my hair done. The girl that was doing my hair, she lived like 3 blocks away from me. So I'm like, it's daytime. Like, even though it's super, super early in the morning, you know, coffee shops are starting to open. People are walking their dogs. I should be fine. I typically don't walk downtown by myself at nighttime. Yeah. At all. Or anytime like super early, super late. Yeah. I'm walking down the street, and I see this man, like, hiding behind a tree in front of me. And I'm thinking, like, maybe he's just minding his business, whatever. So I walk past the tree, and he starts following me. And I'm like, okay. So I stopped to see if he's following me. So I stopped and, like, started looking at my phone, waiting for him to pass me up. Yeah. And then he walks past me, and he, like, swings. And I'm like, but he missed. Yeah. And I'm looking down at my phone, so I'm like, it happened so quick. I didn't even process what I'm like, did he just try to hit me? Yeah. But I'm like, no, that couldn't be what just happened. So then again, he walked up, he hid behind another tree and was waiting for me to walk past. Yeah. So then I crossed the street, he crossed the street with me. Then I crossed the street again, he crossed the street with me again. So then I started running.
Yeah, let me get out of here.
Yeah, at this point, so he starts throwing rocks at me. Yeah. We're running down the street. Finally I get to the building I'm supposed to be at. I start banging on the window. Yeah. Luckily, one of the housekeepers for the building was there. She sees me, like, banging on the window. She opens the door. Yeah. And she's like, are you okay? So we slam the door. As soon as she slammed the door, a rock, like, hits the window. Damn. Yes, that man was chasing me real bad.
Why he was chasing you, though?
I don't know. Like, I didn't say anything to him. It was very random. You could, of course, tell he wasn't, like, in his right mind. Yeah. But it was very strange. Very random. But yes, it was running down the street from this homeless man at 7 a.m. But yeah, I think that it shouldn't deter people only because, like...
Wait, it was morning or evening?
It was morning.
Morning, 7 a.m. Okay, that's crazy.
I don't think it should deter people because you can just live somewhere where it's not as many homeless people.
Yeah.
Like, downtown, Koreatown, you're going to see a lot of it. But once you get to, like, the west side, like Culver City, Santa Monica, even, like, Ladera, or even kind of, like, mid-city, you don't see as many homeless people. Nowhere near. Facts. So I would say it's really concentrated, like, downtown Koreatown. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Crazy.
That's a crazy story. We definitely posting that as a little reel.
Yes, that man chased me down the street and was throwing rocks at me. And that's how I was like, dang, I need to carry a knife or a taser or something.
Yeah, why don't you? You should.
I know, and I'm just
you
like,
need to.
I do, but now I don't really walk. Like I said, my building now, I'm closer to the Staples Center. I don't really walk that much over there anyways. Because my old building, I used to live Broadway Palace. My old building, that was way more like, I could walk to a lot more stuff. But now I don't. So it's like, I'm probably still going to get one, though. I need a little something.
Yeah, you do. At least a little pepper spray.
Right, a little something.
$20 on Amazon, you good to go.
Yeah, I need it for sure.
Yeah, facts. So dating in LA. I know you're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. So how is dating in LA for Black people, Black men, from your perspective? How is that? How is it? From what you've seen, at least.
If you are a Black man in LA and your preference is Black woman, you have the pick of the litter. You are like golden out here because realistically, a lot of Black men out here are in interracial relationships or not really checking for Black women.
But why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just like because it's so diverse here, and it's like, oh wow, these other women will actually date me. Like where I'm from, they wouldn't. But
they wouldn't look at me.
But here they will. I don't know if that's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, dating as a black woman here is very interesting, especially because too you have to realize like I have like a 9-to-5 corporate job.
Yeah.
A lot of people in LA are entertainers, entertainment salary, dancer, singer, model, actor, whatever.
Yep.
So that's another piece of it too. Like, I feel like a lot of artists are cool with dating artists, but it's like if you're not an artist, are you cool with that lifestyle? Are you cool with your man being out at the club at this time, trying to network and trying to do that?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, what's your vibe? Like, are you cool with that or are you not?
Yeah.
So I think it's very interesting. But yeah, I think if you're a black man out here, it's lit. I think if you're a black woman out here, it can get scary. And you gotta just get it where you live. You know what I'm saying? I always tell black women, like, especially out here, if you gotta go interracial, girl, do it. Like, because it's really hard. And again, I was raised in Atlanta, and then I went to school in DC. Yep. So it was no question if black men like me. Like that wasn't you're walking down the street and somebody's trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
Here, that's not happening. Like you get ignored. So it's a humbling experience. Yeah. It's a very humbling experience. I'll say that.
Okay. But when you're in the community, is it a different vibe when it's...
Yeah, I say I personally like dating men from LA because a lot of men who are from here have grown up around the diversity. So it's like they like black girls still. Yeah. And there's, of course, transplant men who like black girls too.
Facts.
But I just think it's definitely harder. I'll say like certain events I go to where more black men try to talk to me. Definitely Hot Water Cornbread. Like those men are like Southern. They will try
like
to talk.
that.
They like black girls. You know, so certain events where you go to too, it's like okay, like they trying to holler. Yeah. But for the most part, it can be very like if you was going to like a bar, it could be a little tough. It could be a little rough.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I tell my girls, if you got a date out your race, do it because it's hard. Like, and then I think online dating is huge here too. Like even in Atlanta, you don't really have to do that. In DC, you don't really have to do that.
In Florida, you don't either. Yeah.
Yeah, when I got here, like online dating was like how you find men who like black women and vice versa.
What apps?
I'm a biggest fan of Hinge. I say Hinge to me is the least hookup-y. I think Tinder, Bumble are hookup-y. Black, crazy. Like that app can get wild. People on Black be saying anything, posting anything, like it's crazy. But yeah, I think it's Hinge is my favorite. I met 2 men from Hinge since I've been out here and was in relationships. So
you're that's dope.
Yeah,
your current boyfriend,
a Hinge girl.
Your current boyfriend, you met him on Hinge.
Yep.
Okay,
and then
that's fire.
we vibed out. I always tell people though, be safe. Like, please be safe. Do not just be out here going anywhere with anybody, letting them pick you up. No, like
that's my biggest thing with these dating apps is like you just don't know.
You don't, and that's why you have to. When I'm dating, on the apps, like we're definitely meeting wherever. Yeah, we're meeting wherever we're going. And we're doing that a couple of times. Yeah. Before it was any let's hang out at the crib. It's absolutely meeting in public for the first 3-4 days. Yeah, you got to get a vibe on this person. Yeah, you got to get the vibe because people be crazy. People be crazy. And I actually met people at events too. So I met somebody at this event. What event was that? It was Sweet Life's premiere party. I met somebody there one time. And then Continental Club, people be talking to you in there. So ladies go to Continental Club. Sometimes too at the deep end. People holler at the deep end. Yeah. So like I said, there's certain parties that you can go to where you know, okay, they'll try to talk to me. Yeah. Versus, not really. Not really. Yeah. So do you feel like, this is going a little left, but as a woman, is it is that the expectation going out? I want men to speak to me. Yeah, I think that it depends. I think that whatever vibe you put out is what you're gonna get back. Okay. Because you have completely different vibes when you're single versus when you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? Facts. When you're out with your girls and you're in a relationship, you're really just vibing with your girls. If they're talking to somebody, you hold their drink, you do what you gotta do, and I kind of think that's the space I'm in now. I definitely think it's a different energy you put out. 100%. But when you're single, you're looking around, you're looking at somebody looking at you, y'all making eye contact. You know what I'm saying? You're striking up conversation at the bar. I think it's a lot more energy put into being talked to when you're single than it is when you're not.
I feel that. And it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, no. Like, even if you're at, like, sports bars and stuff, like, the energy, like, I've been to a sports bar recently with my friend when my boyfriend dropped us off and picked us up, and we're really just sitting, and my friend was in a relationship too.
Yeah.
And we're really just sitting at the bar talking
Chilling.
talking to ourselves. If somebody comes up to us, well, ha ha ha, and that's it. You know what I mean? But I think when you're single, it's way more of a let's flirt, let's kiki, let's kick it. Like, it's different.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think you can pick up what vibe she's putting down sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like men, it's always just shooting the shot up there.
But I feel like here they don't do that.
They don't do that?
No. In LA, people will just look at you and you're just like, this is awkward. Like, are we going to say anything? Are we not? Like, so yeah, I feel like here, that's another thing too. I think the East Coast is a lot more aggressive. Like, a lot more men will just come up to you, step to you, hey, I think you look nice. Can I get you a drink? Can I get your number?
Yeah.
Whatever. Here, it's a lot more like, you're talking to a friend of a friend, and y'all are, laughing at an event together, and then he's like, oh, my homie wanted your number. Can I give it to him?
Damn.
That type of thing.
High school shit.
Yeah, like,
that's funny. Yeah.
I'm not a fan, but hey.
Cool. So, like, a black girl in LA, what's, like, your final message to all the black girls in LA?
Come out here, live it, love it, be confident. Like I said, LA will humble you, and it humbles a lot of people. Like, LA will humble you. So be okay. Be okay with finding your confidence outside of what you look like. Be okay with finding your groove and finding, like, where you fit and what works for you. Be okay with that, and be okay with building a community and cherish your female friendships. Cherish your community. I think that's the biggest message for everybody. Like, cherish your community.
Yeah.
Make that time to hang out with your friends. Make that time to go to that thing with your friend. And you don't feel like you're like, dang, I want to cancel. Like, no, go. Like, because after a while, you're going to cancel so many times, you're not going to have nobody else to cancel on.
Yeah. I feel that. That's dope.
Yeah.
You mentioned something that's pretty dope. You said LA will humble you and find confidence outside of what you look like. Why do you say that? What do you mean by that?
I just think that, again, like, the beauty standards here are so crazy and, like, so high. Yeah. I'm not going to say you very rarely, because you absolutely see girls with quote-unquote regular bodies that, like, no surgery, that type of thing.
Facts.
But the beauty standard here is so different than a lot of other places. Yeah. And, like, the plastic surgery here, the extensions, the makeup, you're coming to a place where people literally get paid for what they look like. Yeah, like actresses, you know what I'm saying? Anybody in the entertainment industry, pretty much. If they're on camera, whether that's singing, rapping, whatever, dancers, models, like, they're getting paid for what they look like. And so I've seen some of the most beautiful girls come out here and be miserable and be sad because they're not used to not being the prettiest in the room.
Damn.
And I think that
that's deep.
We have to get out of putting our value solely on what we look like. Because you will be disappointed every time. It's always going to be a badder bitch. Like, it's always going to be somebody cuter. You know what I mean? And so I think people come out here and think, like, I'm a 10 in wherever I'm from, and they come here and they're not the baddest in the room anymore, and they're disappointed. And it's like, girl, you have so much more to offer. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have so much more to offer. Let's up your skill. Like, okay, you want to be a singer, you want to be an actress, you want to be a model. Let's focus on that part of it. Like, you're already cute. Yeah. Don't feel so discouraged because you're not the cutest in the room. You know?
And there's always that's deep, and I think I want to end it right now. I was gonna expand on it. But you just ended with a bar